Welcome to Mango Bay. Today we're talking about the trial of jasveen Sangha, a purveyor of narcotics in Hollywood. So come on in.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay. 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 Your Mango Bay.
For the exclusive content, don't forget to join our Patreon at patreon.com/mangobay.
Mango Bay.
Welcome to Mango Bay. We need no introduction. Get on the Patreon, guys. It's right there. You get all the bonus content, archived episodes, early access to episodes, bonus episodes. Get on our Discord, discounted tickets to the Mango Bay live show. Let's get into it. You okay?
Welcome to Mango Bay.
You okay?
This coffee's hitting. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm on it.
The coffee's hitting. What a pussy is this? Coffee's really hitting.
Coffee's hitting right now, dude. Can you get a dropper?
This coffee's strong.
I need to check this coffee for something more. Today's talk, we got a little story. Jump right into it.
Jasveen Sangha.
Jasveen Sangha.
Yeah.
Ketamine queen.
Of LA.
Of
Hollywood, yeah.
Indian.
Indian.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Punjabi.
Of course. Drug dealer.
She was like pretty hot, but you can't tell because it's LA. So who knows what she did to her whole thing to.
She's an LA 3. She's a Brampton 14.
Yeah, Brampton 14.
What? So this lady basically was tied to Matthew Perry, Friends star, in his death.
Yeah, she's awaiting trial she's facing up to 10 years mandatory. 10 years mandatory.
She basically sold Matthew Perry the ketamine that killed him.
Right. I don't know if the ketamine is what actually killed him is the thing. I think it was in his system and he had died of like a heart attack, but ketamine's not a stimulant.
How do you, it's a causation fallacy perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you prove that, right?
Yeah. The state of California sentences you to 10 years in prison.
LA friends, they're all just drug dealers.
Oh, you're going to have some friends in jail, all right.
No one told your life was gonna be this way.
Getting buck fucked every day. I'm sucking a lot of Dominican dick.
It's LA. There's no Dominicans there.
Oh yeah.
It's Aryan
the jail's
dicks.
Korean dick, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
That's a weird scene, I'm sure. Like you're in LA jail. All of a sudden, you look to the left. There's like 15 Koreans with like knives. You've never prepared for this type of shit, you know? Because if you were in a jail in New York, you see like a scary black or Spanish. You're like, my movies have taught me this. I'm scared. You get to an LA jail and it's just Hmong people and fucking.
Listen,
Koreans.
It's a DEI wonderland. Okay, of diversity. You know.
You know the story about that song? It was just the Friends theme song, and then some radio DJ in the Midwest or something just took the song and like made it twice as long just by like repeating it. Yeah. And then it just turned into like the most popular song in the country.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But it was just the theme song for the show.
Yeah, it's terrible. I was at the beach this summer and I was there with my boy Shervin and we were hanging out and we're both music snobs. And there's like this group of like Russians behind us. They're like some kind of Eastern Europeans. And they're like having like a beach picnic and they're dressed really nice. And they're in America, and then they're playing music. Yeah. And you could tell that they just didn't like music at all because their playlist was just like the shittiest stuff ever.
Top 40?
No, it wasn't even top 40. It was stuff like That's Amore. You know? They were playing like That's Amore, and then the Friends theme song would come on. We're like, these people don't know about music, actually. You know? It's like if aliens were like, what is music?
Hello.
They were like, this is music, technically.
Dude, I also feel like all Russian music is like this. Like EDM made in an airport hangar.
Maybe,
you know
that would be way better, though. I would respect that.
Right, at least that's a culture.
Yeah, no.
But if it was just Russian music, like, but
I would way respect that. But instead, it was like the Friends theme song. That's Amore.
Pinky
like,
in the Brain.
Yeah, it's just like it was stuff.
What
like,
is this
the
playlist?
Seinfeld bass line starts playing,
and that's it.
And I was like, oh god, these guys—they're just too corny to live. And then I remember looking out, and one of them, and I couldn't tell if he was an adult or just like maybe progeria or something. But like, I remember one of them was just out by the waves. He was like the only one who went in the water. And every wave that would come in, he was like pretending to punch the waves. He was like sparring the waves.
And you get closer, he's like punching to the MASH theme song. You know, it's like equally shitty music being played there. It's just play Rocky. You had it right there. It was right there. Just play Rocky. Yeah, I mean, why does it make sense the Russians have bad music taste? Why does that make sense?
I just don't think they,
you know,
they're here in America and they're like, let us be American. We're free and we're having
right.
so they were having like a nice, it was like, I didn't want to hate on them, but I was like, you know, the music was just such ass.
It wouldn't make sense that a country with no empathy has like bad music taste.
Right.
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? They're not vibed.
Like, this is what was kept from us all those years in Soviet Russia, was that's amore.
Okay, but if it wasn't that, for like hundreds of years, it was just like that polka song that they all played.
Yeah.
That's
Italian.
Or whatever the fuck
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
Russian version.
Yeah.
Hava Nagila.
The Tetris theme.
That was based on an old Russian folk song. By the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have respected that more than the Friends theme song.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Anyway.
Of course, Tetris also is like what Russian would come up with as a game.
Yeah,
Just like
exactly.
building.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a 4-year plan.
That never ends, actually.
Yeah,
and it just gets more and more
forever
stressful.
building. It sounds like what Stalin dreamed of, too. Just a forever build.
We're building this massive structure that nobody will inhabit.
Ever finish or inhabit.
It will be dystopian relic of the old days.
Hilarious. Literally.
We will end up on interesting Instagram account of brutalist architecture.
Different colors for different countries.
Yeah.
So that makes sense, dude. So Jasveen Sangha, she basically was selling ketamine to all the celebs.
She, apparently, yeah.
I mean,
Apparently her clientele was only celebs.
dude. Google.
She grew up really rich.
Google.
Yeah.
Chanel. OnlyFans. Drugs. All Indian CEOs.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You didn't realize what I was
Pepsi.
saying.
Yeah.
Pepsi. Dude.
I know.
Yahoo. Bro, everyone. Bro. And not even Indian men. We're talking Indian women.
I know.
They're like OnlyFans, Indian woman CEO.
I know. She couldn't just be a drug dealer. She had to be like the ketamine queen of Hollywood. Ketamine queen Jasveen.
Did you get an A in dealing drugs? Yeah. It is our...
I wish we could have her on the pod. Dude. That would be so nice.
Bro, we still probably could.
I mean, clock's ticking. You know, she probably has some travel restrictions on her right now.
Bring her in like Swinery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, put her in the hijab and the sunglasses.
Yeah.
And be like,
but
so...
everyone already knows what she looks like, though.
I know. Just for the vibe. We just order her voice. You know, they're like, you don't need to do this.
I think it's bullshit though that she's like facing a 10-year minimum. It's just like she's just like a happy-go-lucky party girl,
right.
She's a clout demon, a party girl. That's LA. That's everyone in LA.
I don't think that girl would be good in jail. The girl whose every caption is mentally, I'm still here.
Yeah, no, she'll like write a memoir or something, and you know, but it's like what? Just because like the guy from Friends died in a hot tub of a heart attack. I don't know if it was even
right.
Maybe it's related to the K.
The way they shit on him in every story, they're like, Matthew Perry found like a loser in a hot tub, face down like a little bitch.
Matthew Perry loses battle against substance abuse. I know. It's really sad.
I mean, it's really sad. Yeah. But then again, Matthew Perry is like one of those guys where like every article was like, you wouldn't believe what this guy looks like now. And it was always the first one. Like,
Well, it's really sad because I remember before that it happened last year, I saw an article like about his comeback and about how he's like reached sobriety and the place that he's in his life and all that. And
well, it makes me sad because 90s Hollywood was like some of the most gnarly shit. And the idea that some, you know, brown little girl drug dealers taking the fall for like literally like what 90s Hollywood was. Like what at every documentary every 2 days.
Yeah.
This guy molested me when I was 5.
I know.
The Hollywood story.
I know.
Like, bro, like Nickelodeon, the logo was just a guy's jizz.
I know. It literally was. It was like someone's splooge, you know?
Bro, I'm just sick of this concept of like they're not talking about like, okay, what Matthew Perry was thrown out of Hollywood. Now he's, you know, outside of the purview, right? Does drugs, right? Unhealthy.
Yeah.
Obviously not feeling good.
It's just like dumb scapegoating.
Right?
Because it's like a toxic system,
Dude,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
It's an entirely toxic system, yes. So,
Dude, so we're not talking about anything about the Hollywood, not talking about anything about what the fuck it could have caused.
Yeah.
No, this drug dealer, who they never go for, by the way. I don't know where This happens where they find out with the drug dealers and then get them. Maybe how'd they even find out? She was saying, like, hey, my drugs.
She posted the story on IG and was like, this is me. No, I mean, I don't know. That'd be intense levels of clout demonology.
I mean, she might have it. Like, you see her.
Yeah.
I know this girl. I've seen this girl at every party.
Of course. We know these types. We know the clout demons of the South Asian community,
Bro, and they be winning sometime, bro. They always end up behind a Dubai waterfall somewhere.
Yeah.
Some Dubai guy finds them.
Right.
There was one girl who was from like, I think it was Sabir or something like that, dude. We had some correspondence, and she would like randomly be like, hey, you're hot. Hey, you're funny. And then randomly I saw her like in like a pyramid spire or something. And I was like, oh, glow up. Some fucking Dubai guy found her, like, just literally kidnapped her. And like,
she human trafficked herself to Dubai.
I want to be in this shipping container. Yeah. She like willingly goes in to a shipping container.
Yeah. It's like a luxury shipping container.
Shipping container. It's got like little like it's
got a bidet,
ring light, and now she's like making like Dubai hot girl content. I'm like, what? All it takes is one DM from an al-sab,
from some guy who has pet tigers.
How do they even prove that how do these Dubai guys hit on these girls? How do they get them to come? Because I feel like there'd be a lot of scams. How do these girls vet that? Okay, they can really.
I think they probably do. They have their own vetting process. They probably are doing the DMs, and then they probably do a FaceTime, and then they have okay, well, let me meet you in person here on my terms and show me what you actually have, and then they probably have an initial payoff too. The
initial money movement.
Yeah.
Give me your account. I'll wire you some money right now.
Right.
Show you I'm real.
Yeah.
Probably some insane amount. Like say $500,000 is nothing to them, right? Drop of oil in the bucket.
Yep.
A girl who's hot gets that. She's never seen anything. She was in a Toronto University studying IT or something.
Yeah.
Now some guy gives you $500,000.
Yeah. Hey, instead of being an engineer, how about you just be my luxury sex slave?
Boom. And then above that DM is me going like, so when you coming to New York? Yeah. Like, get the fuck out of here, bud. Bud. Ha ha.
The comedian who jokes about living on a couch.
It'll be an adventure.
You can have all the aura in the world, my friend. But you get one autistic Gulf prince to just flash that fucking Birkin at you. It's over. The Teflar.
That's why we talk so much, so you don't look over there, to the rich guy. Hey, dude. So I think that's the kind of vibe that she has, and she obviously uses the ketamine money, but then she was actually kind of dumb too, because she I think after she,
no, I appreciate Jasveen because she's a master of her own destiny. She's like, no, I'm getting my clout my way, right?
I will say this though, after Matt died,
she went to business school,
but after a couple of months after he died, she knew he died.
Yeah,
she was like, rave to the grave.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's super.
But that's not like of course, the prosecutors are like, this is proof that she intends to kill. No, it's a rave party girl who she's literally just a party girl. She does not deserve to go to jail for 10 years.
I don't think so. You think the brownness of it is part of it?
I think it's more of just like we need a scapegoat. I don't think it's the brownness of it.
Okay.
I think it's just like they want to get a scapegoat, even though it's this guy's decisions that have all led up to it, right? Like how far up the chain are you going to take it? Are you going to find out her supplier?
Right.
Right? Are you going to then shut down? Are you going to now really tackle the cartels like they need to be tackled? Like
all
no.
the way up to Modi.
Trudeau
again comes in. We all know that Modi was supplying Jasveen with the barbiturates.
Dude, to me, it's frivolous as shit, though.
It does seem a little random. I've never seen this in my life where the drug dealer gets caught. I just don't.
No, they did this with Philip Seymour Hoffman's dealer. Did? Yep.
Who they got?
He was like a jazz musician. He was like out on his luck, down on his luck jazz musician or something, and they busted him for getting him the heroin, right?
I flipped some weed once.
Yeah.
I was in the game. My boy Praju, the biggest stoner alive, he had some extra, He's like, hey man, if you have some people who would want to buy this. And I was like, this is back when weed was illegal and it's cool.
Yeah.
So all you gotta do is find some lame Indian guy, be like, hey, you want some weed?
Yeah.
It's $800. And I flipped it for 200% or something like that. I got a nice $150 extra.
Okay, well done. The weed king of Plano, Usama Siddiquee.
I was a Molly guy for a little bit where I had extra Molly. I would give Molly out
Yeah, you used to love Molly, dude.
I know, dude.
That was you. I remember you used to have a thing where it'd be like Usama's famous Molly Facebook posts, where you'd give like motivational speeches to other open micers. You know, be like, guys, it's not about the destination; it's about getting there. You know your boy on Molly, and it would be everyone would be like that.
Bro, you know how too much it was. I was giving like I love you, like or like I think you're very cool to like Mike Coscarelli.
Yeah.
Who does not, why would I give them that?
Phil
anything?
987.
Phil 987. Dude, the way you sweat.
The way you drool.
Yeah, sweat is so cool. Like, dude, it is like, it was wild. I'll call you.
Our friendship came, I don't think I ever came to one of your Molly bashes.
No. It was one at the very end. You know what I'm saying?
That I came to?
No, you didn't come to. But I did Molly when we knew each other. But yeah, I was pretty done with Molly by that time I met you, I think. It was me, Chike, and Dylan going to like different fucking events all the time. Then we kind of had a come down that was so bad, we all silently quit. It was like...
It always catches up to you.
None of us were like... Ugh. We had one other guy that you'd like. His name was Fahad. Fahad got married, but Fahad was randomly up here in New York.
Yeah.
You know those guys that would just appear? Like, hey, I'm here in New York. How?
Yeah.
You have no job. And we'd be like, Molly tonight? And I'd just be like, yeah, let's fucking do it.
Nah.
And we'd go to like any fucking place. We had a place called Webster Hall, which is dead now.
Yeah, I remember
Webster Hall. We used to go to like the Good Room. You remember this?
Of course.
Dude,
it's in Greenpoint.
Good Room was the fucking joint.
Yeah.
And I have these little like orientations where I bring in different comic groups and make them do Molly. It was really weird, actually. Hey, think about it. It's kind of a grooming thing that I did.
It's so weird.
Like a sort of ranch I had.
Well, it was
ranch.
just like your obsession with connection, you know?
Yes.
You're obsessed with connecting with people.
Sure.
And you love that feeling of it. And
Yes.
the Molly is, of course, the easiest.
It's the supercharge of that.
Yeah.
So one time I brought like Mary Sella and Janet Hyde as in a group. I was like, what the fuck? Sidney Washington, Murray Foston came in a group. And even on Molly, Murray was like, you ain't it. I'm not trying to fuck you. I'm like, fuck, man. Not that I was trying to use it to fuck. I'm just saying. I liked her back in the day.
She's really beautiful.
Awesome girl.
Very funny, too.
Very funny. Very cool. Good friend. Our boy Peter did it.
Oh, yeah.
And
Peter,
on Molly, he
famous,
was like, they're a little much.
Yeah. No, I remember him telling me about it. We've talked about this before. He was like, yeah, everyone was saying I love you and, you know, hugging and stuff. I was like, and he like left early during the Molly hang. It's so funny. It's so fucking funny. We need to have Peter on the pod.
Of course. He's our guy. Forever.
Molly does not override Staten Island.
No, it does not.
Well, he was. Well, maybe I shouldn't have licked his ear. You know, I'll take that one too on the chin. You know, I was definitely like, you know, a guy who hates his dad, has no physical touch, and all of a sudden his best boy is like nipple touching him. It's a little much. Your nipple is my nipple.
I remember
bro.
him telling it to me like it was like a kid who came home from school. Was like the librarian was a little weird to me. You know, he was telling me he loves me, and he kept rubbing my back all funny. I didn't like it, Dad.
The kid who comes back from mass for the first time.
Yeah.
Father Jenkins was a little funky today. I mean, I don't know. I'm dry now, mouth wise. Yeah, it is a wild drug like that. I remember I used to do these things, bro. I would do Molly, right? And then I would have a student the next day at like 10 a.m. Get home at 6 a.m. Sleep till 8. We're talking like Molly come down.
Yeah.
Go to teach this kid in the Upper East Side, which is like a 40-minute train ride. I met this kid, Connor, after many years. I was walking by the street, and I saw Connor, and I'm like, hey, Connor, how's it going? I taught this kid SAT. Got him into school. First thing he asked, hey, man, you were like on drugs most of the time, right? I'm like, yeah, sorry. He's fine.
You're like, well, how's Harvard, Connor?
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay? Dude, I would come in, dude. I was like, here's just do like a 40-minute problem section. I'll just sit there. Timer at an hour. I'd be like, all right, just do the problems. Yeah. Sweating. Dude, crazy. The kind of resilience I thought I had. I had flights booked the next day to LA. So I would come back to Dylan's place, pass out on his bed at 4, wake up at 5:30 to go to LA. 6-hour flight. Molly come down.
Yeah.
What the fuck was going on? It was just
that's brutal.
No recourse. No.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm glad you stopped.
Did I?
I mean, you know, and going that hard, right?
Yeah.
like the frequency.
And that spirit is still held by my boy here. One of my favorite stories is we were in Denver, and our good friend Devin had a big role in Law and Order, right?
Yeah.
And it was like so awesome, and there's been a wholesome scene of like friends coming together to see their friend do a role, right? And in the middle of this moment of beauty, I just hear. And Pranav, that's the fattest fucking hoagie line of ketamine I've ever seen in my life. And it was like this beautiful, hilarious like sound that cut through all the fucking cute shit.
Hey man, it makes the Law and Order better. It enhances the Law and Order.
There was fucking
the criminal justice system.
crime and
trippy.
disorder. Crime and disorder on the side of Law and Order. And it was so funny because it was just like, hey, it's Devin. It was so great to see. All right. My girl.
I'm not into the ketamine as much now.
What happened?
Honestly, it's like the more sadhana that I do, it just makes your body less hospitable to drugs.
Okay.
You know, and so I tried to do it recently after doing sadhana, and I was like, I'm not enjoying this at all, and I did not enjoy how I felt the next day, and I was like, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, it cycles for you, bro. I feel like it's like.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm not saying I'll never do drugs or anything like that ever again, but I'm like, it's not like a thing that I'm gonna do with any. For a while, I was like into ketamine as like it was a gradual thing, where I was like, I had just done it once with Felice, and I was like, oh, this is fun. I love this, and we would just do it once in a while here and there, and then I would start doing it like once a week. You know,
a while being days.
I'd do it like once a week. And then after a while, then I started to like get more into the practice, and I was like, a drug lifestyle cannot withstand like an intense meditative lifestyle.
I think so. But there's too much variability in the drug use, right?
Yeah.
Just mental state and also like just body state.
Well, like your central nervous system becomes accustomed to one way, and then when you disrupt it with this other thing, and then it's just like, nah, that ain't it, chief.
You can always get to drugs with meditation. The feelings of a drug you can get to.
Well, that's the thing, but it operates at such a subtle frequency in your body in terms of what it means to do sadhana.
Yeah. That
like, you know, you're not always aware, right? Even though you're actually operating at a very high level. So sometimes you'll be like, oh, well, maybe I'll just do X, Y, and Z. I'm with this friend tonight. We like to do that together. And thus I'll do it, and then I'll do it, and then I'll be like, then you feel yourself come down, actually.
Yeah, bro. I mean, drugs. I want to do Molly one more time. You know?
No, look, I think there's a time and a place for them. I just don't think it's a thing that requires any regularity in your life, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I think if you live in LA, and then it's like a lifestyle there, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like partying is a lifestyle. That is what you do. Rave to the grave is a legit lifestyle for some people. She was 41 years old.
Yeah.
She wasn't like a 25-year-old ket dealer, right? She was somebody who was like in it, and this is her lifestyle. That's why I feel bad for her, because it's not like she was just like, you know, she was already
trying
rich.
To kill Matthew Perry.
She was from Calabasas. She was already rich,
Right.
you know. She was doing this as a way who was somebody who was partying and just getting this stuff for her friends and maybe using it as a social lubricant to get her into the Hollywood circles, right?
Yeah, like it wasn't her stuff wasn't fentanyl. It wasn't like
she wasn't dealing heroin. You know?
I just think that, like, you know, what else?
I mean, there was meth, you know, but she didn't get busted for this. Nobody got killed off her
the
meth.
full toxicology reports on fucking Matthew Perry. You know what I'm saying?
And this is a guy who put his body through a lot throughout the 90s.
Could have choked on a gummy bear at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? You don't know.
Yeah.
Face down in the fucking pool, though.
Like, all we knew is that he was in a hot tub and he died of a heart attack and there was ketamine in his system.
Dude, and CNN, shame on you. They're like, we found Matthew Perry face down, ass up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is how he... Yeah, I mean, it's brutal, dude. It's really sad.
It's very sad, dude. I'm sorry. I'm laughing darkly. You know, darkly.
No, I know, but I'm not...
Why? I used to go to raves where, like, every time I went to a rave in Dallas, it'd be like, and then some kid died. It's just like, fucking, that's what happened.
I know.
Because you know why? Because they didn't drink enough. And then, so it was like crazy because it's almost like we were learning about Molly as I grew up, right? So it's like one EDC would be like, this kid died because he didn't drink enough water, right? Then the next one would be like, this kid died because he drank 1 glass an hour.
I know.
So you're like, what? Wait, what?
Yeah.
So
They're,
water,
like teaching you how to hydrate properly.
so like now you can drink too much water, you can
Yeah,
die.
yeah.
So like, how bad is this drug that like you have to get a certain window or else you
Perfect.
die?
Yeah.
You know what happens is the kids, first of all, they fucking synergize. You know,
What is
it's not just Molly. It's like they Molly, then do LSD.
Oh, like the candy flipping. or whatever, yeah.
And I candy flipped once, and I remember just being, I just shivered all the way home. You know what I'm saying? I mistimed it too. So my peak came in during like an NYU rave DJ or something, and it's like, hey, this guy's just trying out stuff, and I'm just like raving and then when Skrillex comes out, I'm like done.
Dude, even hearing about this is giving me the ick. Isn't that wild? Like, even hearing about this, I'm just like, oh, late night, and then the drug kicks in, and you're like, ugh.
I was deep in the sick. You know, to quote our Boros, deep in the sick. You know, just in the sick of it.
Yeah. Joe, are you a hard drugs person?
Let's talk about it on the Patreon in T-minus 10 minutes.
Okay, fine. All right, fine. All right, so is Jasveen going to jail? Is that what's going to happen?
I really hope not, dude. I really hope it's like a commuted sentence or something, because this is somebody who, they're like, greed. It was her greed that killed Matthew Perry. And it's like, no, it's that she is a party girl.
Yeah.
She's not like a buttoned up, like, cartel businessman who's not getting high on their own supply. Like, she's somebody who clearly likes to party herself. And, you know, this happened. It's like, should she have been dealing drugs? No, right? But it's like, does she deserve a 10-year sentence? Right? Is it her? I mean, it's like, this is a tricky question about responsibility. You know what I mean?
You're right. I mean, I don't know where it ends. You know what I'm saying? You're right. It's like, oh, do we get her dealer? Do we get her fucking supplier?
Yeah. It's like, who do
Does
we...
it all end at some Bed Bath & Beyond?
And ketamine is also a drug that is now prescribed to people.
Right.
Right? Like, you see advertisements for it on Instagram where it's like, are you depressed? Now you can get legal prescribed ketamine this way. You can order it online.
Day, you know, you'd like be a cowboy in a saloon. It's like, can I get a spout of opium?
Yeah.
It was just part of it. Like some grandma was doing opium back in the day.
Right.
You know, for the jitters. And then Harry Anslinger came in and just fucking fucked it all up. But the idea is drugs were legal. It's all a concept of what the law is at the time.
Yeah.
Remember when weed was illegal? Remember, guys? Yeah. Remember, guys? Because the lumber industry.
Well, I just wonder what is the animus behind it, because people are dying of overdoses all the time. Right? If it's not a celebrity, are they investigating where they got the drugs? Right? If it's a junkie in LA, a homeless guy who's addicted to fentanyl, are they then tracing the source of the fentanyl and bringing down that dealer? Like, no.
Maybe it's
and those are like way more dangerous dealers.
Maybe it's a really big fan of Friends, and he's like some like prosecutors like, this is the one where Matthew Perry died of an overdose.
Yeah, I mean,
Episode title.
Look, that's what it is, right? It's like, but nobody wants to take responsibility in terms of, okay, well, what's the culture of Hollywood? What's the culture of like,
don't you think that
substance abuse in Hollywood, and where it's basically encouraged, and there's the paparazzi and everything else that's incentivizing you to want to dissociate like this.
You can't extricate the idea that it's like, this is our white hot heartthrob, and this was our guy, and we love him. The same way the Patrice joke of like, you know, white girl gets kidnapped.
I know.
Versus black girl gets kidnapped. You know, would it have been that much, you know, detective work if it was a black woman, like if Viola Davis died?
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree, 100%.
And of course, her dead body would have the same snot from Fences, I feel like. You know about that scene?
No.
You know?
No.
See when she's acting, right?
Hidden Fences?
No, Fences, with the Denzel Washington and her.
Okay.
And there's a scene where she's acting so sad.
I said Hidden Fences because it was Hidden Figures.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You just combined
and that was like a joke
black-
from when that came around. Somebody had done that, and that stuck in my mind. Hidden Fences? No, it was Hidden Figures and Fences. Okay, yeah.
Hidden Fences in the Hood on Friday.
Yeah. Glory.
But,
10 years of Hidden Fences. 12 years of Hidden Fences.
Hilarious. But yeah, I listened to the idea of like Matthew Perry. He's our star. He's our guy.
Yeah.
And they're like, who can we attack?
Yeah.
Oh, some brown girl. I'm not saying this is the full thing, but like even better. This is great.
Right.
Some fucking idiot that killed our guy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of this is the drama of it. A lot of justice is the drama of justice.
Yeah.
Like, we have to do this for my childhood and to make it have meaning.
It's all part of a story.
Right. You know, your affront was not killing Matthew. Your affront was killing something that I held dear.
Right. And you were brown, and that seems a little bit uppity.
Yeah.
Like,
I get
we're not
this-
ready for your
Right.
genre of person to be in the culture and acceptable to be doing this.
This is not the full story, obviously, but there's a through line there that I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? They love these stories of like, party girl killed actor,
Yeah.
and now is in jail. What a juicy,
I
what a
know.
juicy. And I think a lot of justice is just how juicy is it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I love it. I just don't love the idea that, Rave to the grave. Because I was hashtag Rave to the grave.
Right.
I was hashtag Rave to the grave.
I know.
I was in there. I would do Molly like the 2 days in a row thing, where like you do it one day, then you do it the next day, and you got to redose upper. Oh fuck, dude. Oh, so good. I'm gonna get back in there.
all this glum drug talk is like making you nostalgic. It's gonna get you back.
I want
miss good
in,
old
man.
days.
Dude, I was so good. I remember one time I was like so on drugs, right? And I was like coming into Marie, I was like, dude, you're so funny. Like, I just think like you're just one of the most hilarious people ever. And just like, dude, like you're just so like, I just see you and I just laugh and I just think comedy's so fun with you in it. And I'm just such a fan.
Yeah.
And then she looks at me, swear to God, she's like, man, your breasts stink. The way I danced away.
Good for Marie.
The way I danced away. Dude, so bad. Good for Marie. Why?
You know.
I know. She, I had a question on when I first saw her new in comedy,
Yeah.
and she was like not having any of it. She was like, get the fuck away from me, dude. Are you sure you don't want to fucking do it? And I wasn't even cool back. I was like just like a couch boy. Like nothing I could give this black woman. Black women love like getting treated. And in comes like fucking this, street rat. Like, hey,
yeah.
do you want to?
You're not even at the level where you can kiss my ass. Okay? Just don't. Just nah.
Stop me.
Nah.
The fact that she looked at me because I was funny, and she's like, okay, I'll look at you because you're funny.
Yeah.
We ain't never gonna bang.
Yeah.
Your breast stink. I'm like, yeah, fucking damn. Because Molly also, if you don't know this, dries your mouth.
Yeah,
a bit.
dehydrates you.
Heavy dehydration.
Yeah.
So just a fucking, Pandora's mouth. Oh my God. But I knew the event that we took her to was very cool. It was like the super warehouse. But you push a dumpster out of the way for the door type shit, dude. You walk in, a man who it looks like he like eats goats raw is like just in front, and it was just like this fucking vibe, dude. We're just like hanging out in this warehouse. Ooh, dude, fun times.
Yeah.
Truly fun times. And you too, you know this,
Yeah, underground parties are fun, dude. I still go to parties here and there, but it's just,
Well, you're an alt guy, so it has to be like if you're gonna go
very
like a
underground.
Underground, it's actually underground.
No, all the parties I go to are fucking,
It's so cool.
they're really good.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
you get an
yeah.
email, dude. You get an email.
Yeah.
You get an email, bro. It's not that
Yeah.
cool.
It's pretty cool.
Email?
Yeah, you have to be on a list to get the email. Yeah.
Pretty cool. I
Yeah,
mean,
but like really good DJs, stuff like that.
yeah, I mean, dude, I used to really. My friend was. You'd like one of my friends named Patrick. He was very like. He got me into all the raving stuff and all the taste, and he was like a very high quality rave guy. And he'd take me to all these places, and he'd be like, "Oh, this is just a fucking DJ set." And walk away, like this monster guy, so big. He's like, "Just doing DJ sets, this guy sucks."
As opposed to what?
I don't even know, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like he would see him tapping with the EQ. He's like, dude, that's not even how you do that. The idea of someone being like, the way he presses enter. You know what I'm saying? It's not it, dude. It's not good.
He has no technique with the mouse. This guy's got no trackpad technique at all.
And there was always like the thing I used to do of like call my brothers and be like, I love you so much, and I think you guys are evil sometimes, but I just fucking love you so much. And the idea of you saying like how it's not very good for you because of that body shit of like the next day I would feel very awkward,
Right.
and not able to say these love things.
Yeah.
And that is a big deficiency in drugging. It's like if you can't do the same thing outside of it, then this is a bad thing for your
Exactly. That's exactly my belief.
body.
As well.
And my boy's disavowing it like he wasn't snorting some fucking
Well,
shit.
I'm not disavowing it. I relate to it. I know it's a real thing, but it's just not a good life.
I mean, you're an extreme guy, dude.
You can't go into, I don't know. I think it's sad when if you're in like your 50s and you're like, still in these scenes.
Yeah.
Like I saw like a Vice documentary
Yeah.
about like the geriatrics of the rave scene. And you're looking at these guys, they're in their like 60s
Yeah.
and shit, and they're still going really hard at these like outdoor raves
Yeah.
in Glasgow or whatever. And you're like, you know, you're seeing the guy wearing the weird clothes
Yeah.
and stuff. Dude, I don't know. This is probably before your time, but HBO used to do really good documentaries. And one of them was called like Small Town Ecstasy or something. And it was really focused around this dad who, after his divorce, he had like 4 kids. He used to be like a Christian preacher or something.
Yeah.
And like in his 40s, he got into like the Molly scene, and he used to just always be raving around.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at this guy, and he's wearing like the fluorescent yellow vest, and
Yeah.
he's got the like little glow sticks or whatever, and you're like, nah.
Europeans really be raving.
Yo, this is an American.
Oh, he's an American.
This is an
guy.
American guy, in like
I-
the Pacific Northwest.
Jeff
Yeah.
is from Seattle.
Yeah,
growing his
you
own
know,
corn
yeah,
and raving. How do I mind that? I don't. That's that bad.
Yeah.
He's not hurting anybody except
No,
himself.
it wasn't. It was unusual. It was very heartfelt, actually.
I do feel like the Europeans go too hard because their rave culture is very deep in their fucking
Yes.
blood. So that I remember straight up, you'll see like some CNN, Ukraine, like this place was bombed to bits.
Yeah.
And on the rubble is some guy in a
Some guys
gas
like,
mask.
boom, boom, boom,
Just fucking
with the glow sticks.
Badinga, bunga, dinga, bunga. This guy's just in like a hazmat suit. Can y'all not rave over the
Rave to
corpses?
the grave.
Rave to the grave. You're dead. Your sister's dead body's underneath the rubble.
Like they'll make a rave out of everything. They hear the air raid sirens. They're like, "That's a party."
Europeans be raving too much, especially Ukrainians. You know what I'm saying? And their feel-good music is just like,
Yeah. What's it called? Like Dapper or something, or Dabber or something like
What's it
that.
called?
I saw like a movie at Woodstock recently, and it was called like Hardcore Never Dies, and it was
Yeah.
about like the rave scene in the '90s in Denmark or in the Netherlands
Yeah.
actually. And they were all like hardcore ravers, but it wasn't like the vibe that you get here, where it's like peace, love, unity.
Yeah.
They all look like neo-Nazis,
Yeah.
even though they weren't. You know,
dude.
they were just like very hard. They would wear athletic gear just because they're like, we came to fucking party, man. We have to party.
But their drops are like they're about to Sigheil.
Yeah. It was like that vibe.
Oh, God.
The music was like really violent, you know? And I was like, why would anyone do ecstasy while being on this music?
Have you seen Green Room?
Yes.
Well, they would go to like a Nazi concert hall.
Yeah.
Basically, where it's like basically hardcore fucking rock.
Yeah.
That's
But they weren't doing drugs. They were just, that was beer. In Green Room.
right, and that's what I'm saying. Like they really
Yeah.
lived the life. But they're like the whole movie's about escape from a Nazi fucking concert.
Yeah, that's a great movie, dude.
And rest in peace again. Another actor who died.
Yeah. What was his
Boris.
name? Yeah, I'm forgetting his name now.
Shit, that could be the wrong name.
He was
I
a
could be
great
He
actor,
was great in
though.
it.
Yeah, he was.
And
Really
he died very
good.
quickly. Dude, again, Hollywood's sick, bro. Hollywood is sick.
Hollywood is sick, dude.
Dude, and you know what? When you get the good set and good shit, remember that everything in this business is sick.
Yeah.
The whole thing is sick.
It's true. Are we on the Patreon? No. Okay.
Coming in, we're to look out. But I just feel like, dude, like, closing comments, like, let's just Veen, fight hard. I don't
We're
know.
behind you, Jasveen.
Yeah.
We're behind you. Okay.
You know what I'm
This
saying?
isn't your fault. You're a scapegoat. Jasveen is a scapegoat.
She is. She absolutely is, dude. And I want to see this trial. Like, how are they gonna pin this on her? Beyond reasonable doubt.
Did
right?
she hold a gun against his head and make him take the drug? Because then she'd be at fault.
Yeah, she didn't. She was just being like, "Hey, I'm a Hollywood clout demon. Like, ooh, I get to sell to Matthew Perry. Yay!" It's like I'm sure she was doing her own drugs as well.
Of course.
Like that's the thing. If the defense is smart, they'll be showing that
what
that she was probably also doing the drugs that she also sold to people.
Right.
Yeah.
That there's not just some sort of bad batch or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's like, how'd they find out that it was her? It was just in his system.
Maybe like in text messages or something like that.
Okay, right. And
Like
then
they opened his phone or something. I don't know.
Use the fucking Signal app.
Yeah,
Use the Signal app.
I guess so. Yeah.
Never forget, my mom uses it, apparently. You know this? I told you this, right, on the podcast? I'm just like hanging out. My mom's on Signal. Usama,
Yeah.
why are you on this? This is for drugs only. Bitch, why are you on this? Why are you on this?
I came to talk about the Jews.
Lady Jasveen is going to give me a new upper. Dude, to find out that my mom is a drug addict would be amazing, dude.
That would explain a lot.
That explain a lot, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of the beatings.
Yeah.
She was just coked up. My dad would have the secrets. I feel like.
Your dad's got
I
some
feel like my dad, if he dies, I'm gonna find out too much.
You got like another family.
He was
You got a
banging
bunch of
midgets, something like
siblings.
that. You know, banging midgets behind my back. You know what I'm saying? Like you would go to Vegas every 2 weeks. That was weird.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Oh, he was?
He was going to Vegas. Yeah.
Oh, maybe he's a gambler.
He was.
Yeah.
He'd come back with a lot of crumpled ones. I'm serious. I like going to his wallet. There's a bunch of like smelly ones in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this? He's like, no, I was wiping my ass with them. He'd come back from these Vegas trips, right? Just kind of haggard, right? And I'd be like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh,
On
Intikab.
the Cobb. And because he was, there was a time when he was like working for Samsung and they were sending him on like different trips.
Yeah.
To Vegas all the time. And every 2 weeks he'd be in Vegas.
I have another trade show. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, got to test this phone. Come back. And I'd be like, what the fuck
It's the same weekend as the AVNs. It's
Yeah.
like another trade show. Guys, sorry.
Yeah, when you have new glasses on and you have bunny ears. Sorry, Usama, don't worry about it. So I'd go into his wallet to like, sometimes I steal money from him. Just like, I need money.
Yeah.
So I just steal money from his wallet. And, bro, one day I would go in and it's just like these ones. And
It just smells like a vagina.
Smells like a vagina. I don't know what that smells like. I don't know what pussy is
Yeah.
yet. But I know what ones are. And I'm like, huh.
It's weird that he would have maybe he was stripping. You know?
Which would be cool. Which I'd be actually respect.
Maybe Intikab was throwing some ass. you
I'd
know?
respect it. You know what I'm saying? I would actually respect into Cass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
In
I would
that
be like,
ass.
I'd be like, what the fuck is this? But kind of like impressed, but also like these ones do smell.
Yeah.
You never have those moments? You never have this? Is my dad a stripper moments?
No, my dad is too like he's just you know my dad. What you see is kind of what you get with him. The most scandalous thing ever was when he had a Playboy under the mattress, and it was the women. It was the high IQ women. That's what the issue was. Like that's
Chess
what his,
Club edition.
Yeah, it was just like, all right, Dad, you had to get the dorkiest issue of Playboy, didn't you? You know. My dad was in like Mensa for a while, which was like the high IQ society, and then we see that. Really, you're a dork. Yeah.
It's just. You think Playboy was smart. Playboy wasn't always dumb as fuck. It was like, hey, don't you want to wash these tits down with some talk about Ukraine?
Yeah.
You know,
With a John Cheever short story. Yeah.
the Scarlet Ibis.
Yeah.
You know, and so of course he'd be like, I read it for the stories.
Yeah.
But he was like, my older brother had like a old Mavs calendar that was like stuck together. Like, December was gone. You couldn't get to December because it was stuck together. And it's like, I guess I had two levels of horny boys above me. You had same thing, two horny boys.
Yeah.
But your brother didn't have any Playboys.
No, he had like a cassette, VHS cassette of some porn.
Yeah.
And I like watched it. I remember, and then all of a sudden it disappeared, and I was too young to even understand what it was. So I was like a little bit horrified by what was going on by sex. I didn't have any concept of it, and that thing stayed for a while. And then of course I'm into puberty, and I see that the tape's missing. But I'm a nosy little fuck, you know. So what do? I'm also rooting around my parents' closet, and then I see the tape there, and I'm like,
Same tape.
and I'm like, whoa.
Wow.
So I just take the tape, and then I take it to school, and I start passing it around to people. Then some upperclassmen get it, and then I never see it again, right? And then at some point, I see in the morning, I come out, and it's like 6 a.m. My dad's rooting around the closet. So, hey, come here. What are you going? What are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. My brother's in college at that point.
My workout tape was there.
Yeah. And I don't remember how that all played out, but yeah, it was.
How do you know? This is amazing.
Yeah,
I forget.
Dude, I had to repress that memory.
Was the beating that bad?
My dad didn't
When I
do
keep
the
talking
beating.
about Pranav's traumatic beating.
Yeah.
Your mango big.